H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and it is Wednesday. Yes, the best day of the week is Women Rock Wednesday, and we always celebrate women. But today, it's this their day. You know, they get first questions asked. They get first everything today, and I want to see. I'm gonna look over to my left over here and just see who are the women that's starting this show off. Our starting five. We pick a starting five every day, but on Wednesday we only acknowledge the women. Men, I see you there. I appreciate you. But today, let's share the show right now. That's price of admission. We don't charge you nothing. So price of admission, when you come on, just share the show. If you're on YouTube, thumbs up. So let's go. Yes, I see some guys trying to get at the top. I'm pushing you to the side, but I see Monte Cora. I see Dale Griggs. I see Sonia Billingsley. I see Mindy Collins. They're my girls. They're my girls. They're my girl. Again, Anissa the Real Deal Bill is in the building. That's my fifth. Let me see. You got to find me one. One more. No, not another one. Okay. Oh, and I called them. They were there. Let's share the show, y'all. Right quick, because I got some heck of a topics. I need you women. I need just I need my HBCU women. I need to hear from y'all who had kids or somebody to go to HBCU. I need my HBCU connection today. I know Thaddeus Moody went to a HBCU. I see him there, but I need y'all today. Because we're going to talk about the subject we talked about, the young lady. Hey, Madonna is my sixth lady of the day. And I just, when y'all got to understand, we pick topics on this show. I try to pick topics. I do. That nobody else is talking about. Somebody mentioned Shannon Sharp. I went back and saw it. Not Michael Irvin yesterday. I don't know who mentioned it. I went back and saw it. I always go back and watch the shows a day afterwards. And Dallas Cowboy fan. Being a fan just ain't good. That's why I tell y'all I'm not a fan. Y'all I ain't gonna do that. That's crazy what he did. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Talking about them Cowboys. That man even invoked the mighty men of valor into his diatribe. But but it's unbelievable. Anissa said the fifth spot. I'm gonna show Anthony Davis what we expect. Okay, Anthony Davis. Okay, yeah. Just street clothes. But what's up, Daryl Anderson? But shout out to everybody. But like I said, I need your opinion today. We're gonna talk about some things. And I just want to get a well-rounded opinion. Just how y'all feel because these young ladies, the Cardinal Divas, Jimmy brought it up yesterday, but I had to go and research them a little bit before I can talk about it because I don't, unless I know about it. I try. I try. Not all the time, but I try. Uh, Before I give it out on this show, and shout out, I got a call yesterday. Uh, I'll talk about it a little later, but I got a unique call yesterday, one of the first of its kind that I got a call directly right after the show, calling for appreciation of what was discussed on the show yesterday. Uh, I really like getting those kind of calls, or texts, or emails, because it helps me with the input on what we do. It's more than a sports talk show. I know we come on here with man, no man, we can't just keep talking about foolishness all the time. We gotta do something else. We can't come over here and talk about your son hitting 15 points, 5 points, 6 points every night. So life is more than your son hitting a couple of points, right? We got to figure out what would happen to your son. We got to put ourselves in a position to help the kids that some of these kids dealing with so much. I told you a guy that seemed seemingly like he got the whole world at his hand. A young NBA player, ain't been in the league but a few years, and shit, his mom called me and said he was in a dark place. And thank you for talking my son out of that, taking him out of the darkness, and so he can see the light. So that's why we do. So guess what? I can't be in every place, but if I share with y'all, maybe y'all can talk somebody. Oh, that's why I tell you to share the show. If y'all don't understand it, don't matter. Jimmy, I can sit here and talk to y'all all the time, okay? But there's somebody out there that needs to hear what we got to offer, and it might help somebody. It might get, because most of y'all got it so going on. Everything is great in y'all's world, but guess what? It's up to us to help the people. Things are not going so great for, okay? And you never know. You never know. Shout out to TSU men's basketball team. At 1:00 today, they'll be getting their rings. I got my ring a little earlier. They get theirs at a ceremony. They gave me mine. Hold up, y'all. They gave me mine a long time ago. And in case you wondered why I was the guy, I didn't go to U at TSU. I happened to be blessed enough to be able to. They called me at the last moment. They needed help. They needed somebody to analyze the games with Chatterbox Hell, and I answered the call. After thank you to Donna Franklin, Ernest Walker, and with the urging of Mr. Ralph Cooper, the dean of sports. He's been giving his black perspective in sports for years, probably before most of y'all were born. Shout out to Ralph Cooper. But today, wait a minute. Hold up. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. All right. Two, but will not. Okay. I got you. I just want, I got some people. If you're on the line, you don't have to. I just want you to comment. But we're not. Okay. Some people on the line, but they don't want to comment. Get off the damn line if you don't want to comment. Somebody texted me. Some people on. Get off I need you to comment. But shout out, somebody texted me, certain person that went to an HBCU, but they don't want to comment. Boy, you folks, y'all, this ain't the messy show. In case you just watching this show and people didn't explain you, this is not the messy show. We sit in a mess. We sit in a messy intersection of sports, entertainment, politics, race. We sit in a mess, but this is not a messy show. We sit in a mess and we talk about the mess and try to get better out of the mess. But at the end, we get up on this show and dust ourselves off and dust that mess off of us. And we go out and try to help and change the world. It's some young ladies who, a young lady, I'm so proud of her. But let me see, should I go there? Yeah, I should go there. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'll go there. Okay. USC, go to USC. I guess they from that. I didn't call no names. But USC got their first ever majorette dance team, and I'm gonna show you some videos of them. I watched the show. Thank you, Lori Dodson. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Women, I want y'all. These guys, I really. Anthony Ship, yes, Penny got cleared. Thank you. Happy for Penny. I want to see him continue. Anthony Ship, I would never worry about Penny getting cleared. Okay, I know you're switching the subject, but I'm gonna put it in your pen. We'll come back to it, but because I know he hadn't done nothing. It's these clowns who didn't know. They was just assuming that he did. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to share with y'all, we are always the importance of this show, and thank you, Miss Tanya, and Tanya, please share the show because the perspective. A guy called me yesterday. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I love it. I'm finna get to the diva, but I was going to save this to later. But after the show, I had a Morehouse grad call me yesterday. Okay, called me twice, and I didn't answer the phone at first. Rod Wells, and I called him back. He said, "Man, let me tell you something." He said, "I only get." What he said, I only get entertained, inspired, but I also get educated on this show. Okay, this guy went to Morehouse, one of our prominent citizens, great man. He said, but man, the way you broke down that Ime Udoka and Boston Celtics team yesterday, he said, Robert, it was masterful. I didn't know what I was just giving y'all information. He said, man, what he said? How you framed it. And I'm saying, y'all, you know how I am, y'all. When I get certain information, I'm just going to share with y'all. He said, I watch every other show for a week and no one explained it the way that you explained it. See, y'all that are regulars on this show, sometimes y'all get a little too familiar and get used to this information, but a lot of people ain't getting this. He just watched it. He watch it sometimes, but he said how masterful, how you set it up and how you framed it, how you came and say, even you. I said myself, I jumped to the defense of Ime Udoka without knowing all the facts. Because all I said was the way they presented it, it seemed like it was just one-sided. So I said it had to be something else. But when he said that, and like I said, thank you to Lori Dodson for telling me about these young ladies, the Cardinal Divas at USC. And I'm going to try to I guess I frame it. You know, it's a new dance style. They said the white press. He said it's a new dance style has found its way to the University of Southern California. I'm just giving you just how the white press frames it. Okay. And while the dancers have faced some backlash online, because I went and looked at some of the tweets. I told y'all to be prepared. I want y'all, see, when you come to this show, Tanya, I just don't want y'all to just come and listen. Bring something. Comment something. Bring a brick so we can build something big. Don't just come and sit up here and watch us build. Bring something, Robert Risen. Bring something, Rod Wells. Bring something, Corey Willis. And just sitting back and not participating. You follow? Bring something to the conversation. Bring a brick. You don't know what a brick is? I don't know if your house made a brick. It's a big concrete thing. Bring a brick. So, but the dancers, they faced some backlash online. They were happy to bring their fire and adversity to a campus as the school's first ever majorette dance team. Okay. The Cardinal Divas of USC of SC were founded by Princess Isis Lang. See, we didn't call her name yesterday. This one young girl, it's Women Rock Wednesday. Princess Isis Lane, she rock. We didn't call her name yesterday because Jimmy brought it up, didn't bring her name up. I went and researched, that's her name. We got to stop putting a name on our young people. These young people going doing something half of us wouldn't even think about doing. I told y'all got to make room because it's some young people out here and can't get jealous of them. Just let them work. What? Get your old ass out the way and let these young people cook. So they specialize in a dance style known as J-setting, popularized by the marching band at Jackson State University, who one of our members on here is a proud a grad of Jackson State University, Miss Tanya, and let's see, and traditionally only found at Black colleges and universities, HBCUs. Okay, despite this, Lang is happy to bring the culture to USC. I'm just reading the white press. Feeling backed by a huge outpouring from me. And I hope and support these kids on social media. And the young girl, let me just give you a taste. The fact that she was bold enough. Thank you, Tanya. The fact that this Women Rock Wednesday, man. Your daughter, imagine one of our daughters bold enough to go do this. Y'all got to realize ain't no HBCUs in LA, in California. It's 100 universities, HBCUs all over the country. None. They got one, but it's a med school. I told y'all about yesterday, Charles Drew Medical School. None other. So a young girl want to go to, so I'm going to give y'all some of the tweets. I'm going to give y'all some of the information, some of the negative stuff. And I just want to hear y'all talk about it. Kevin Freidman got on the phone this morning. He going to get a dancing daughter to talk to us next week. Because y'all, these our young people, listen, they ain't going to talk about this nowhere else. So this is the platform just for us to talk about it. So do me a favor, everybody share the show right now. If you're on YouTube, you can also share it. Let me see. Let me go. Let me share it on YouTube because I usually when you have to on my YouTube, I have to share it while it's live. So guess what? I'm finally sharing it right now on YouTube. I'm sharing it to all my social media. Let's see, share. You can text somebody, you can tell somebody, you can tag somebody and tell them, yo, when my man told me yesterday, hey Wanda, when my man told me yesterday, my guy from Morehouse said he done watch all the shows. And none of them explain it that way. None of them. Y'all, we got it good right here on Chop Shop. But let me talk about it. First of all, let me show some of the clips. Let me show some of the clips. This is the clip that had everybody going crazy. Let me show my baby. So, watch. You see that? And somebody had something to say negative about that. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves, especially us. They have something to say about Tanya. I be on this show, me and Jimmy talking. We got people still have something to say about the show. It's crazy. But these young girls, I look, when Lori told me to go look at them, I fell in love with them when I saw them on Jennifer Hudson's show. Thank God that Jennifer Hudson got a show. Because maybe they wouldn't have been on no show if Jennifer Hudson hadn't had a show. You follow me? That's why these platforms are important for us to have. Because everybody, they ain't gonna just let us be on their shows, y'all. So that's why we have to create our own. What if you had something special? Don't you know that all you got to do is email me? And I'll allow and make sure y'all on the show. I ain't got to go call no producer. I ain't got to go call no boss. I ain't got to call nobody. If I feel it'll help us, you're on the show. We ain't got to go through no red tape. Do y'all know how hard it is to get on TV? In these spaces with somebody watching you every single day? Do y'all know last month the Chop Shop was watched for over 200,000 minutes? Y'all, the show ain't but 2 hours long. Over last month, over 200,000 minutes was watched. Somebody add that up. The band was playing for them. Of course the band was playing for them as well. What they did, they got the band set list and they just danced to what the band was playing. Why wouldn't the band play with them, Trey Phillips? Let me show you some more about them young girls. Let me go back and let me show you what the people are kind of upset about. Talking about, y'all done stole this from, no, this was there. Why take out, if you wanted the black HBCU experience, why didn't you just go to a HBCU? Yo, if you're from California, ain't no HBCUs in California. In case your black ass didn't know. Excuse my language. In case you didn't know. Y'all should have saw the people that's complaining about these kids. Look just like us. So, this is some of the stuff. This is working. That's the J Settles. That's what, and we mad because our young girl said, look, I'm in USC. I like the education I get here, but guess what? I still want to dance. I'm a dancer. So, y'all, this really bothers me because all I'm thinking about, it could be my daughter. And everybody always got something to say about it. Kevin Freitman, a month ago, I talked about Why Not Us and the Southern University's Dancing Doll. I talked about that, the band leader, and why he did it. Maybe you wasn't on the show that day. You wasn't here that day. I've talked about Why Not Us, but I'm glad you brought it back up again. You can go to ESPN Plus. If you got ESPN Plus, you can go see Why Not Us, Southern University Dancing Dolls, executive produced by Chris Paul, bringing awareness to the Southern's team. Okay? But these girls, right? Hear the interview. See, thank you, Lori, because when Lori told me, I went out and tried to find something else. Let me see what else I got. Lori, right here.
They are the Cardinal Divas of SC, a school club created by Princess Isis Lang.
This is the perfect way to continue to showcase and uplift Black dancers, Black artists, and Black joy overall.
With moves made famous by dancers at historically Black colleges and universities, and thanks to a video uploaded after the first home football game, they are already in the spotlight.
It really feels like a dream. Like, I did not expect all of this to happen so fast.
The Cardinal Divas have been working for weeks, building choreography to go along with the band and offering a style of dance they say none of the other teams on campus have.
Something that majorettes have that other styles don't have is that we're listening to the band and it's coming from a place of feeling.
This style of dance started in around the 1960s at HBCUs, and it's a mixture of like high-step marching band with West African aesthetics and jazz and hip-hop alongside with modern.
But not everyone seems to be embracing change, especially when it comes to bringing this type of dance to a PWI, predominantly white institution.
We did get a lot of backlash and controversy about bringing HBCU culture to a PWI. PWI, but I believe as Black students, we deserve a space to feel comfortable and to bring our culture.
Jai Robinson is the team's choreographer. He says although fellow students seem to have embraced them, with a student population that is less than 6% Black, the internet isn't so sure.
Everything hasn't been positive, but for the most part, we've stayed positive. I like to take negativity and use it as motivation.
You can catch the Cardinal Divas dancing here at Memorial Coliseum in the stands in the student section. But of course, the hope is that they'll be invited to perform on the field.
I would love my choreography to be out on the field.
Eventually, fingers crossed, we make it onto the field and with the band.
But for now, this team
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing, y'all. I'm waiting. Comments. I'm waiting. The young girl put out a tweet, Isis Lane. She said, I created a majorette team at a PWI and performed at our first game. Truly thought, I'm so blessed. I can't thank God enough. This is the young girl. I can't thank God enough. Thank you for my parents and for everyone who supported me along this long journey, and my girls, the Cardinal Divas of SC. Y'all, we up next. She said, just a Chicago girl with big dreams. Always been one of my, she said, always been one for the culture. Ain't that amazing? A beautiful young women go and say, wait a minute. I might go to a PWI. But guess what? Y'all think about that, man. Just close your eyes and imagine that being your daughter. Somebody tweeted, I absolutely love this as a USC mom who went to a HBCU with a daughter at a HBCU. I appreciate you putting our style on a major scale. USC football is huge, and whether folks want to see it or not, they see it. They did. Culture isn't restricted to just a HBCU. Culture is for us wherever we go. Just giving you some of the tweets. There are more than 100. See there, look, one of the tweets. There are more than 100 designated historical Black colleges and universities in the United States. Most of them are in the southern states. California has only one, and it's in Los Angeles. Charles R. Drew School of Medicine and Science. Another tweet. Y'all be letting check this out. I just said, I want to give a shout out to these women college basketball coaches. Johnny Hath. Okay. All right. Got another one for y'all. Y'all be letting white people attend HBCUs and join your Greek organization, but you have an issue with this. Y'all got to know it was going back and forth on Twitter, so I'm just giving you some stuff they were saying. Then they said why individuals are using the terminology. I passed that. A few years, hold up. A few years, so hold up. Here one of your people. A few years from now, when this become a staple at PWIs, if you don't know what a PWI is, a predominantly white institution, and white girls are active participants, you people will start singing a different tune. Talking to people like us, because we support this. Not everything needs to have general or wider acceptance. But that's their opinion. Okay, I got you. Okay. I don't agree with it, but that's their opinion. Some person said, I'm from Cali, and I can honestly say that you have to go to a HBCU to understand. This culture should not be shared with all, period. I know y'all listening, but I'm just giving y'all, these are not mine. I'm just giving you tweets I found on here. Hold on. Then somebody said, Somebody said, whites are going to state HBCUs for free because they have sued their respective. I don't know about all that. I can't say that's true. I don't know that for sure. That is Moody. I haven't seen it. I can't vouch for it. Then somebody said, I wasn't saying don't share the culture with black people. Every other race is going to scream discrimination just to be on the team and then steal our culture. Okay. Every black person deserves the HBCU experience if they want it. That somebody else tweeted. Somebody else came back and said, folks going to be mad too. Folks going to be mad too is Spike Lee for sharing the HBC culture with the world in school days. Was y'all mad? You're going to be mad too at HBCU choirs for performing Negro spirituals to white audience. Are you mad? Somebody said mad at FMU for performing at Paris Fashion Week for Louis Vuitton. Then they said, well, you just got to stay mad. Hold on. How are you going to try and gatekeep black culture from black people? Black culture is not exclusive to HBCUs. It's exclusive to black people. Represent yourself, and your culture should be celebrated no matter who is around you. Somebody else said, however, wherever we choose to express our culture, especially in the social structure spaces, we need to be protected. When a rapper does a concert, do they protect how they express our culture? I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. I like to hear what people think. Somebody said, I see the attempted connection. However, a rapper is walking into a situation knowing he or she will be monetized. Somebody came back and retorted what they said. I'm just going through this stuff with you. A culture that is practiced in the privacy of an HBCU community, then puts on display for a global reach, is much more complicated thing altogether. Hence, NIL deals. Somebody tweeted that. Said, check this one out. I'm not American, and even I get that this culture is specific to HBCUs. Their context and their history. It was created by them. This is not black culture per se. It is black HBCU culture. So a white person say, another race saying this in our business. The privilege to gatekeep it is theirs. Americans need to deal better with nuance. Okay, all right. Then somebody say, yep. I thought the original goal was for black people to attend higher education. And HBCUs help them break that barrier. So this is just lasting proof that we are here and there and everywhere. Yes. How long do you think before the team is full? Okay, here we go. Somebody said, how long do you think before the team is full of Sarahs and Kelseys? We know good damn well that this would get hijacked before you can say predominantly white institution. Hey, Karen, we're talking about, I know you just got here, we're talking about the young ladies, Isis Lane, the young lady who formed the Majorette group out there at USC at a predominantly white college, and she's getting backlash, and I'm giving you some of the backlash and the accolades that she's getting on social media. And then the last one, y'all, they say y'all realize that the Divine Nine also exists outside of HBCUs, right? Are you against them being at PWIs like you against this? She made a community for other Black students using Black culture. Gatekeep Divine Nine before you gatekeep this. In other words, if you don't know Divine Nine, you know the fraternities and sororities. So they was just saying, if you're gonna gatekeep it all. He said, "What's up, Rob? I'm at the hospital with Chuck watching chapter." What's up, Chuck? Chuck, get up, Chuck. Let's pray, Chuck. Get up out of that hospital bed. Chuck, we need you, baby. We need you. Get well soon. But I just had to share that with y'all. I'm glad the women are on here, because women, I got another topic for you. And I need y'all help. Men, you can chime in, but man, remember. This women rock wins. Before I go there, I had a couple of things I want to shout out. This basketball community, y'all help me with this before I go there with this other topic. We're going too far. Summer basketball. I need all my summer basketball people right now. So this kid is now making an announcement that he is cutting his choices for schools from 6 schools down to 4 schools. I'm sure that's an awesome kid and have been told he was a phenomenal player. But don't this seem like a little much? What the hell wrong with these kids out here, man? You make an announcement. I got 6 schools. Okay. Well, then the next time you make an announcement is when you chose other school. Why you make an announcement that you're cutting 2 schools? Trey Phillips, you on here. What's going on, man? Shout out to Coach Sampson and University of Houston staff over there. Let me make sure I got U of H. You're having a coaching clinic. I'm going to mention it every day because I think it's important in our community. If these guys are out here coaching our kids, I got a free clinic for them to go to. Did I remind y'all it was free? We'll talk about that in a minute, but Coach Sampson, Final Four coach, one of the top teams in the nation, he giving a free clinic for coaches and everybody to come watch. I think mamas and dads, I think parents, y'all need to go, because they're gonna have a practice. He gonna show you how college basketball players go to a practice. It'll be a good time. All y'all who thinking your little Johnny's supposed to be playing for U of H, it'll be a good time for y'all to go and watch and see will your little Johnny measure up to any one of them 13 guys on the floor in that environment. You know? Somebody called me this morning. I'm going to get back to it. Somebody called me this morning and said, y'all help me, because some of this stuff, I don't even know what to do with it. Did I go to my commercial break yet? I'm going to make a quick one right now. I'm going to come right back.
The Cox Pradier Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW. The Cox Pradier Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability. Serious.
I'm back, y'all. One of my devices, I had to check it out. Somebody just, hold up. Oh, hold up. Somebody just text me, being a former Golden Girl dancer, Alcorn, I'm proud of her enjoying her moment and creating and starting a different style of dance at her university. Watch the little white girls that want to get a little turn. Watch the little white girls that want to get a little attention. Hey, hey, shouldn't have sent it to me. I'm gonna put your picture on the screen. Slim, what's up, Slim? Slim. She gonna be mad at me. I'm finna put her picture on the screen. Yeah, shouldn't have sent me that. Hold on, y'all. Let me put a little cute self on the screen. Hold on. Let me put it up there. Hold on. Look at her. She just texted me. Hey, yeah. Thank you. She didn't give me permission, so I ain't gonna call her name out. But thank you for the note. But back to y'all. U of H having a free camp. Did I mention it was free? Free camp. Slim McDaniel, I need you to be there. Hey, Mr. Fobb, we've been talking about HBCUs for the longest, and now you pop on. But I was talking about the USC, the young girl from USC who go to USC. She's from Chicago, and she went there and formed a majorette dance group, and they busting it out. I mean, all over the place, looking good, and people online was, hating on them and talking crazy to them. So I just wanted to shout out to those Isis Lang. We proud of you young ladies out there. Shout out to y'all. But back to U of H. There is no reason for anybody in this community on a Saturday morning on October the 15th that's coaching one of our kids that shouldn't be there. Okay? It's not, listen, I told y'all just take us for granted. But Dominic Green, Kevin Sampson is an NBA coach, Final Four coach. He's giving a free clinic for the coaches in our community. How you signed up, I'm going to give you that information. But it's October the 15th, 9 a.m. You can go to UHCougars, all one word, .com, UHCougars.com / men's basketball, MBB, coaches clinic. I know you there, Slim. I can't, let me tell y'all something. I ain't trying to coach nobody, but I like to be around greatness. Listen, y'all, we ain't got no another coach in this city that been to the Final Four. Okay? You follow me? No. If your kid is not a hooper, your kid don't have to be good. You should want to go and watch this master work. Bring your pencil, bring your phone, bring your video, bring everything. This stuff don't happen every day. People pay thousands of dollars for this man to come and give a clinic places. He is giving it to our community for free. Sign up. It's a 2-minute process. I'm going to put it on the screen a little bit later. UHCougars.com / MBB. That stands for men's basketball coaches clinic. Okay? I wanted to just share that with y'all. This is what we doing in this community, man. We trying to, if our kids want to play basketball, let's get better at teaching them. Let's get better. Let's learn from a master. If your high school coach ain't at this thing and he ain't got a funeral or something to go to, let me tell y'all something. Yeah. I mean, it ain't the end of the world, but just think about it. But I saw some last week, and I didn't want to talk about it. I intentionally not talk about it. They ain't talked about it on the shows. I haven't thought about it, but it's Women Rock Wednesday. I wanted to wait on Women Rock Wednesday to share this with y'all, and it's a heck of a subject to talk about. I'm trying to find something else to talk about, so we won't talk about it. But it's Women Rock Wednesday, okay? What day was it last Friday? Last Friday. Doing the fallout of the Ime Udoka fiasco. And I repeat, and I reiterate, player, what the hell was you thinking about? That you did something so foul that them people suspend. Boston hadn't won since Kevin Durant, Paul Pierce, and Sam Cassell and Ray Allen suited up. Kendrick Perkins. You have a coach that come in for 1 year. The other coach before him got fired. Brad Stevens, he got fired up. Have y'all ever did that in your company? You doing an inept job at your company. You're terrible at your job. And they take you and put you as the boss. Have that ever happened? Kevin Garnett, KG. Have that ever happened? Dominique, if it ever happened to you, who is that? Burnett Braden. Have you ever been on a job where you wasn't good at your job? They fired your ass and said, no, we're going to put you going to manage the job that you was just not good at. Telling you, that's what happened. Brad Stevens, the GM, president of basketball at Boston, was the coach. Tanya, he got fired. And now he the boss over the position that he was inept at. I just thought about that, y'all. Finna go somewhere with this, y'all. Y'all got to help me. Y'all got to pull it out of me now because it's hard. So they were going back and forth. As I told you yesterday, they gave us they gave us some terrible, praying for the people in Florida. Yes, going through a hurricane. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy. Tanya. We have, so they give us a vague, let me walk you through it. Woj, Adrian Wojnarowski, and Shams Charania, those are the two people that give us reports from the NBA, okay? Angus Kelly, you weren't here yesterday. Whenever you see these two, there's a difference between them. Woj get his information from the GMs and the higher-ups. Shams get his information from the agency and management companies. Okay, so those two guys break most of the news. Okay, man, let's not talk about Mark Jackson right now. Follow me here. I'm talking about some the old saying: you mess up and you move on. So I hear you. So let me walk y'all through this. So they give this vague. So Robert Hatter, me, I'm saying to myself, they saying it's a. The headlines were so vague, you didn't know whether the dude had a DUI or committed mass murder. We didn't know. Dominic Green. So Dominique Green, everybody, it was speculation everywhere. Everybody, own interpretation, right? So a lot of people jumped to the conclusion. So Stephen A. Smith came on his show and he was talking about it. And what he was just saying is, if they said this is from our reports, they said it's a consensual situation, why only one person has been suspended? Why only one person has been let go or name brought up? Okay. Why? If it's consensual, because that's all they gave us. But I found out, if you go back and look at yesterday's shows, because I ain't got time, because I broke it down to y'all why a lot of this stuff happened. So, but what happened on the show, they brought Malika Andrews on the show. She came in on the show on the phone. Evidently her video couldn't get. So Stephen A was talking about something, talking about how he felt about it, and said, why wasn't the lady's name, brother? And she went there with him. And I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Cause I listen, this Women Rock Wednesday. Women, I want to talk to y'all. Y'all talking. Y'all help me now. Trying to see which one. Let me click this one.
Well, Molly, thank you. If I could first start with this. Stephen A., with all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here, and it was frustrating to me.
Y'all, I'm sorry. You bring your little nappy, your butt on my show and says stop. Okay.
Well, Molly, thank you. If I could first start with this. Stephen A., with all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here, and it was frustrating to me that the Celtics declined to elaborate or to give more specifics about what exactly the rule breaking was that led us to this point. So that I just want to get that out of the way first. But to answer your question, Molly, I think what stood out to me, I think what stood out to me is that
that's enough for her. 'Cause I'm gonna show you something. That is Moody, man. You said something key, and you brought it out of my mouth. She didn't really listen to what the hell she was coming out of her mouth. How in the hell you gonna tell this man to stop on his whole show? Hold on. Yes, we're gonna get there first. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to all of it. Just slow down. I got this, y'all. I got this. Watch this. Now this on Stephen A's show, right? Then she come back. Then Stephen A, I think he came back. And where he at? He came back. I'm trying to see which one of these is. Let me hit this one.
Let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just
you
like
don't
you're
think
not
someone would
mentioning.
notice if Ime Udoka was not at...
Excuse me. I listened to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I've already said he deserves to be fired or he deserves to be there and handle it internally and privately. If you're not going to handle it privately, if you're going to publicize it in that fashion, then obviously it provokes everybody wanting to know, okay, well, who are the parties involved?
Ladies, she didn't end there. That was that morning. Lady, she came back that evening. She wasn't finished. Trying to find it. That's that morning. After he done checked her ass. She wasn't done. She go back and do this.
One of these relationships that was had with Ime Udoka and one of these women, it was consensual, meaning that this woman actually played a part in it too. So my thing is, yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the
Kendrick,
problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
I think that we need to circle back to what Shanae said, is that there...
Did you see how she looked at him? Did y'all see how that woman looked at that man? I'm finna show it again. That's why somebody blew it up. Watch it one more time. She had just got her little ass checked by Steven. She said, I'm doubling down on these niggas. Excuse me, on these dudes today. I'm sorry.
One of these relationships that was had with Ime Udoka and one of these women, it was consensual, meaning that this woman actually played a part in it too. So my thing is, yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
I think that we need to circle back to what Shanae said, is that there was an investigation that was conducted by an independent law firm here, and without, I think that...
Listen, I understand her. Listen to me. I'm not getting on here, and I ain't letting nobody get on here and talking about her minute of fame about the spy. King Sticks, I firmly disagree with you for saying that crap on this feed. I ain't trying to get nobody's job taken away from her. Let's stop that stupid ass stuff. That's our problem. Ain't nobody telling y'all to come get y'all. I know y'all done did some messed up stuff on y'all job. Ain't nobody asking for y'all job. Y'all always want to ask for somebody's job. Slow the hell down and try to learn something here so that you can teach your kids about this situation. I'm not giving y'all this for your freaking entertainment. I'm giving you some stuff to watch the power dynamics of a up and coming host, a black host, talking to these black men like this, but always skinning and grinning, and Woj and these other guys face. Stop it. Kendrick, stop it. So, it's unbelievable that all we want to do is talking about her and Malika Jackson. I don't care. It's our job for the next young girl to get in that position. Watch, I don't know if it was intentionally. I'm not inside. Because why was she offended? Angels, let me explain to you why she was offended. Most of us, because we heard partial news, Angel Skeller, I didn't know we had a guest today. Oh, okay. Thank you. I got you. Y'all killing me. And Jimmy late as usual. Okay, I guess he coming on just inside. But let me continue this before I go. Let me wrap this up because we got Jimmy and the guest is in the green room. And thank you, Trey Phillips. I thank you so much. Angus Kelly asked me, why was Malika Andrews upset, or why was she offended? Malika Andrews is a woman. So she was thinking Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith, all those guys said was, because of our limited knowledge of the situation and what was purported, they said it was a consensual relationship between two people. Why Ime Udoka is blasted and the female wasn't? And nobody said, which I came on the show, and go back and look at the show yesterday. Nobody explained that something I said a week ago when it happened, I said something is more to this than it is. Listen, I'm going to give this to y'all and I'm bring on Jimmy now. When there is workplace misconduct and the male has done something, especially a male in power, the Harvey Weinsteins, the Me Too movement, it is customary to not mention the lady's name. You protect, because in this case that we all didn't know, and a lot of people didn't know at this time, the lady was she was really a victim in this thing. And if you go back and listen to the show from yesterday, that's why, anytime it's something, if it's a rape or something, they never divulge the person's name. Ime Udoka is the public figure who was in power, not the lady. So that's where Malika was coming from. But she was wrong how she handled these two men about it. That's her approach to how she handled those two guys. And I love Stephen A. Smith. He checked her and moved on. Kendrick kind of backed off a little bit. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on that if you go back and look at the show yesterday, I beg y'all to go back and look. I mapped it out so eloquently for you about why these certain things went forth. So I'm gonna bring Jimmy on now. Jimmy, it was heated, Jimmy. I don't know why you didn't come early. It was unbelievable. You can introduce our guest. We was just talking. No, what heated? We was just talking about the young lady at USC. I found out more stuff. I got video of them. Proud of them young girls at USC for forming the what's the name of it? The Cardinal Divas, and doing some stuff. A lot of people against what a lot of people hated. There was young girls standing up, and I'm so proud of them. So it was a lot of conversation about that. But guess what? Right now, y'all got to go back and get the show and go back and hear it early if you're late, because we got a guest come on, and I hate to keep the guests waiting. But if you want to know about that Malika stuff and Stephen A. Smith, go back. If they had to listen to the show, if Malika and Stephen A. Smith had went back and listened to the Chop Shop, had heard from that argument wouldn't even happen. So I'm gonna just let you know about that. But Jimmy, what's up? We got a guest today. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Guest, I'm sorry. I missed the memo on this one because we didn't do a sound check. So let's just try it, Jimmy.
Yeah, man. Of course, Women Rock Wednesday. We're gonna ask you guys to share the show if you hadn't done so. If you're in the Boom Boom Room. Hello, guys out there. I see you from all over. We once again, share the show right now if you haven't done so already. If you have, let's do it again. And to your pages, to your social media platforms. Let's get this thing rocking. Got a great conversation that we're hoping to engage in. And it's always great to hear female leaders come on and join us on the Chop Shop, chop it up with us. Different type of sports talk show. And it's hard to describe it. People say, well, what y'all doing? I say, man, I don't know. All I can do is send you a link and you can just go watch. There's no script on the Chop Shop. There's no teleprompter. We sure miss having a Heaven and all the other young ladies that served as interns. But, we just rocking it and we take it one beat at a time. But what we have with us now, the head women's basketball coach of Texas Wesleyan, and her name is Bernita Jackson, and she's going to join us today. And just, you got to realize she's no stranger. She's from the DFW area, Cedar Hill High School, and I think it was around the time when Jason Harden was running the point guard for Cedar Hill, and they had to go and meet up with a team in the state championship game, team out of H-Town called the Milby Buffs, right? Featuring Jawan McClellan and Larry Posey and all those guys, and Coach Jim Duffer, first year ever coaching, and that Milby team proceeded to go undefeated in beating Cedar Hill in a championship game in Austin at the old Irwin Center. But on the girls' side, Cedar Hill had Bernita Jackson running things before proceeding into a college career. All you guys from Southeast Louisiana, she balled over there before the end, prior to Lund Morris Junior College, then proceeding her way into coaching. She got on the staff out there at Little Elm and served a little bit over there before advancing into the college rank. Little Elm is a high school, and she went into college back at Lundmark, if I'm not mistaken, then Southeast Louisiana, or you played there. I'm sorry, but then now in the JUCO ranks, and she had her and her husband. They're like a dynamic duo. Right?
What you mean?
His name Kevin, right? We're gonna call him Kev. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna call him Kev. They got not one podcast, but two podcasts. And tell us a little bit about.
Hold on. Let me give her some. I got something for her. Just for her and her husband right here, right? Hold up.
Yeah. and two podcasts, and guess what? Guess what, Hannah?
What?
A college coach. She has some ideas and had a message. She released a soliloquy on Twitter the other day.
You talking about that thread?
That's that we used to call them soliloquies. Now there's a thread on things that college administrators should maybe take heed to. And that's what we want to get into first, because you and old Kev.
No, Jimmy, I got to read. Jimmy. If you want to keep women in coaching, this is what she said now. We need to make sure they have all the accommodations they need when starting and maintaining a family. And drop the mic. She said, drop the mic.
So that's how it starts out. So that means that old Miss Bernita, what's your nickname? Do they call you BJ?
Coach B. What they call
Coach B, yeah.
Coach B.
Coach B and old Kevin Kell. Y'all been pretty fruitful over there lately. So that's why you start this thing right here. So tell us, what's the take on what's the take on this message? What inspired this message to the administrators?
Yes. Well, first of all, that was the most entertaining introduction I have ever heard. I love it. But yes, it's I just had my first child in February, and she came 5 weeks early. So we thought she was gonna come after the season, but she came when she wanted to.
Okay.
And we were just kind of winging it as far as like how to handle everything, but I had a really good experience with my administration, with HR, with everybody at the school, just like stepping in, helping out my assistant while she was alone, and our girls did an excellent job, like just doing what it was that we had been doing all year long. And after talking to like some other women, a lot of them, were saying they didn't necessarily have that same support and had to get out of coaching or take a year off during that time. And a lot of them were just saying, like, I can't believe, like, you had a baby and then 3 weeks later was at the national tournament. I was like, well, yeah, but, it wasn't as easy as it looked. Like, I had to have support. They let me bring not only my husband who coaches with me, but they let me bring like my mom with me so she could help out. Like, it was a team effort from top to bottom. But yeah, that was kind of my thought behind it is, why do we have to take a whole year off or however long to start a family when there's just some practical stuff that administrators could put into place to help women during that transition? Because it's just that it's a transition. It's not forever, and I'll just tell you from my girls' perspective and their parents, they loved it. Like, they loved the fact that, they could be a part of that journey with me. And they often say a lot of times, like, they look up to me and my husband and they're just like, man, y'all are just like so inspirational. I hope one day I find a husband, or a partner or whatever that I can, share my life with and actually enjoy doing what I do. And we don't have to like pick and choose work or family. Like, you're showing us that we can do both. So,
Coach B, I got something for you. I can't. You just open. I got. Give me some of the practical stuff, cause the NCAA, some of them are watching. I'm just letting you know. It's some powers that be is gonna watch this show. I'm just letting you know. Yeah. Give me the practice. You say it's some certain things that just common sense things that you could give women. Give me everything, because guess what? I'm going to make sure every university I talk to have those things. Give them to me.
Well, first, with coaching, a huge part of what we do, like, you can do a lot of it remotely, So when I was kind of getting into the end of my pregnancy and we just, came out of COVID, so everybody's kind of familiar with COVID work anyways. Right. But my supervisor would be like, hey, if you can't make it in, your ankle's swole up, why don't you just get on the Teams and video chat in? So he made it easier for me to still be there, still be available and save my little legs for practice. Okay. So that's something simple and practical that you could do where, physically everybody's body is different during pregnancy, but like when I got towards like that third trimester, I was supposed to be sitting way more than what I was. Right. So definitely making sure stuff is as remote as possible. Making sure that just the processes and everything are kind of in place, if you will, so that it's a smooth handoff during that time when you're out. So, when we were setting up team travel, all that kind of stuff, I work with our administrators in our business office to make sure everything was prepared for my assistant while I was out. That way, it wasn't like I had to train her while I was in the hospital. Like, it was just already ready for her. So almost like standard operating procedures, if you will, So I think that's pretty simple. Also, too, just let their family be there. Like, whether they ride in the bus with you or whatever it might be, that was a huge part of helping me, because it got to a point where I was needing help getting around,
Absolutely.
So just having like my mom to be there with us, like, that helped, and she could go and get the different things for me. And she wants to be a part of that experience, her little granddaughter coming. So right. I think having stuff like that, which some schools do, but I have heard stories of, like, they don't necessarily want family members riding the bus, I just feel like those are such small practical things that, my administration did to make it a smooth process for me. And I felt like I had the support, and it just made a difference. Everything that I was needing to do during that time, I was able to get done, from my laptop, while we was on the road, and then having that support of letting, my family be there to help out, that made a difference. So especially after I had the baby, it wasn't just the pregnancy, that once I had her, because I was I would be able to hold her, but then like when we were at the national tournament, like my mom was holding her while I coached. And then right after the game, I got her and, was able to still kind of, bond with her, because that's important too in those early stages, being able to bond with babies.
Yeah. You know what's so unique? You remind me of, you're making me think about, and you probably even know this, I don't know if the other people, I saw where Adia Barnes' husband was with Arizona, had the baby with the stroller and had the baby close by, and the mama, everybody. I saw that. I think
Yes.
Arizona coach, you're bringing back me flashbacks of her. Were you familiar with that situation?
Yeah, she even mentioned how she was like having to nurse at halftime. I'm like, it's real, man. Like, you gotta let us have a little private room so we can, handle that stuff.
Jimmy, she even had one of her sisters make sure when she put her shirt back down that her shirt ain't got. I mean, women, y'all. Let me tell you something. Y'all deserve special care. Listen, I'm telling you, this is why we have Women Rock Wednesday, because we know women deserve special care. The best thing I think God ever made on earth. So I don't care what nobody else say. Women are the best thing. What you got to say, Jimmy?
Well, you got to watch how you got to get the private room. Last time they gave her and old kid a private room, you see what happened. Hell, you got to watch. I'm just joking.
Hey, Jimmy Udoka, you need to just chill out over there. Not Emmy, that's Jimmy Udoka.
now look here. Your husband is on staff. He's hired on staff as an assistant coach. And that's nice. How many other married couples are on the same staff that you know of in the United States, regardless of level in basketball?
That's a great question. I don't know the number. I know Alabama has a husband and wife team, Arizona, Colorado. There's some like smaller schools as well. There's like some volleyball coaches, because we kind of do our research and kind of look around as far as like who else is doing it. And then we'll kind of reach out to them and ask them like,
that's exactly what I was going to get to. I was going to say, that was my next question. Have you reached out to some of them and figured, how did you navigate through this thing? And what are some of the tips that you gained along the way?
Yeah, some of the things that I kind of learned through experience is there's a big word in a lot of state schools administration that will prevent a husband and wife team from working together, called nepotism. And so what a lot of husband and wife teams often find out is that administrators may want to hire you, but they don't know how to get around that word nepotism. And so one of the things that we learned by reaching out to like the Currys at Alabama, there's a husband and wife team, like I said, at Colorado, and there's quite a few other ones. But what you have to do is kind of help the administration know what the workaround is. So the only thing is you just can't report to each other according to nepotism, but you can work together, right? So we could be co-head coaches, both reporting to the athletic director, or I could be the head coach and he could be the assistant. But as long as we both report to a neutral person, it's permissible. But a lot of administrators and HR people don't know that. And so you have to kind of teach that and explain that during the interview process. Otherwise, they'll like you, but they don't know how to work around it. So oftentimes I think it's such a benefit to have them, because I know so many coaches who have never been able to get married because coaching is such a demanding business. You're on the road so much. And they're like, oh, no, you ain't now recruiting 3 days in a row. Yeah, we are. Like it's at this level, you better be, or you're going to be losing. So we find it to be a benefit that we get to work together, because, we at least get to spend that time together while we're out recruiting, and we both love it. So we're talking about it. And, really at the core of our relationship is a friendship. So for us, we have found that we've been able to do something that we love together. Wow. And you just got to get the right administration that's willing to just kind of literally do one small tweak to the org chart and have you both report to a neutral party, and everything is permissible. So,
you know, I'm listening now, Coach B. Check this out. You the head coach, but you ain't the boss of him.
That's right.
Jimmy, the assistant coach don't have to, in this particular special, and I love it case, he ain't got the answer to the head coach, Jimmy.
So you know what that's called?
What's that called?
Snitching.
No, he ain't gonna. Hold on. No, he know what side is bread butter. He ain't snitching on that. No, sir. He ain't snitching.
Let's ask the source. Miss B, Coach B.
That's Coach.
Has old Kevin Kev ever went around you and went to the AD with a mallet he was dealing with?
Jimmy, you trying to break up a happy home over there. Don't answer that, Coach B. You leave her alone, man. You leave my cousin alone.
No, but he always jokes. He always jokes and says, I don't care if you fire me, I'm going to see you at home. Talking about what you going to cook for dinner.
I like that. I like Kevin already. That's my dude right there. Yeah.
Trust me, if you ever meet him, he's one of those, he is just a, like, wild child. Ain't nobody controlling him. He do his own thing.
Where did y'all meet?
We met at Southeastern Louisiana in college. So we were both juniors in college. We both played there, and that's how we met. We met in class, actually.
Who the better player? Who had the better career? Who had the better career?
I played basketball. He played football in college.
Oh, you got you a football. Jimmy, she went and got her a football player, Jimmy.
Hut.
She said, I want me some muscles. Kevin gonna kill us if he watches the show. My bad, Kev. My bad, baby. But that's unique. That's unique. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So now you mentioned, Coach, that you said the national tournament. So in the midst of you enduring pregnancy, your team was kicking that much ass where y'all went to the national tournament?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what
yes,
was y'all
by
record
then
last
we was a well-oiled machine by then. My last game with them, we had just traveled to Kansas on a 6-hour road trip and scored like over 100 points on the road, which is not easy to do. And then we got home, but it was funny because we still talk about to this day. We were sitting at breakfast at the hotel, and the girls were like, Coach, you look like you're ready to drop. Like, what's going to happen if the baby comes early? And they were just kind of asking matter-of-factly. And I was like, y'all going to keep doing what we've been doing, you know?
Right.
We're not going to put in no new plays. We're not going to put in no new defenses. I'm not bringing in a new player, you know? Y'all going to do what we've been doing. Coach Jazz going to coach y'all, and y'all just going to keep winning, you know? And sure enough, the next day, I went to the doctor, and she was like, you know, your blood pressure is high, so we're going to take the baby early. So I had to text the girls and get everybody ready, but they was, you know, they did a great job. I was very proud of them, very proud to see them step up, execute, still play at a high level, and keep winning.
How far did they go?
They went to the championship game. That's how we got our bid to the national tournament.
Oh, so there was a conference tournament.
Yes.
You talking
they
about?
won. Yes, they won at the conference tournament, got to the championship game. We fell to the champions Wayland, and then we got to the national tournament.
Oh, okay. What Texas Wesleyan, because a lot of people we hadn't talked about, what is this division? What division?
NAIA. It's NAIA.
Okay. Okay.
And we're a Division I NAIA in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay. See, I know some people was asking that and wanted to know that they just wouldn't ask, but that's amazing. So when did you make it back? Did you ever come back?
I did. I came back for the national tournament. We went.
Oh, you weren't missing that time, Jen. She wasn't missing that time. She said, baby, you got your 6-week checkup hadn't got back, and you out there. You know I got 5 sisters, so I know about this kind of thing.
That's right. I was right back on the road with the baby. So we
Wow.
drove up to Iowa through a snowstorm in Kansas and made it up there. But
Okay.
we didn't play the way that we thought we would have played. But it was our first time on a stage that large. And
Okay.
like I say, before we got there, they had only won one game, and so we won 25 as a team. So I think just that experience of playing on that stage, our returners will have a little bit better poise in that type of moment. I don't think any of them were ready for it. And when they finally settled down and started playing, we was on their heels, but we just ran out of time. So
That's awesome. Did y'all have a weight room problem? You know what I'm talking about, the weight rooms at the national championship. The weight room wasn't like the guys' restroom. Did y'all have? Was it a big discrepancy of the accommodations that the women basketball versus the men in NIAA?
yeah, not at our level. It was pretty good.
Okay.
It for those first rounds of the NAIA national tournament.
Uh-huh.
It was just like a typical gym, so a school could host it. So
I got you. It was not. Okay.
it was fine. Yeah, they did a good job with us.
I mean, it's awesome. If you guys just tune in, we have head women's basketball coach at Texas Wesleyan, Miss Bernita Jackson is with us right now. I mean, talking about motherhood and this past season, and she's a head coach at the NAIA level. Now, NAIA, for those people that are watching right now, tell us a little bit about the qualifications of an NAIA prospective student athlete, that is, what also the qualifications along with the scholarships or whatnot. How is that generated from you guys and extended as far as in the form of offers or whatnot?
Yeah, is good question. So NAIA is going to be just a little bit different from NCAA, but it would be probably the most comparable to NCAA Division II, where at the NAIA level, we kind of get like a lump sum of money, and then we can split that athletic money up amongst our players. So very similar to what you might see a GM doing in the NBA. Their top players will get more athletic money, and then they'll kind of trickle it down and build out their roster. But I'll say at our school, I don't know if every NAIA is able to offer this, but for sure the schools in our conference that I've talked to, we can stack money. So we can give you academic money. Our school offers great academic packages. If you have over a 3.0 GPA, then you are eligible for almost half of the cost of school to be taken care of just from academic money. And then on top of that, we can stack other institutional aid. So let's say you're a psychology major. I might reach out to the psychology department and say, hey, do you guys have a psychology scholarship we can stack on top of that? And then I have athletic money I can stack on top of that. And we really try to get our student athletes as close to no bill as possible. And if they have a financial aid package and they are Pell Grant eligible, that helps even more because then that can just stack on as well and help cover the cost of aid. But to be eligible, our standards aren't as high as like NCAA. So like we don't require tests, SAT or ACTs. That's waived. Now, but if you have it and you have a good score, you have a better opportunity for more academic money, but it's not required. So we do end up with some really good players, especially JUCO players that can't qualify to go D2 or D1 because our standards aren't as high, if you will, academically. But we do still have the support on campus to help our student athletes succeed and graduate. So just because the standards aren't as high to get in doesn't mean that we don't support you and help you graduate. So, but that's kind of our process at the NAIA level. And we at Texas Wesleyan, we prefer 3.0 or higher. But if you have a little bit lower than that, you can still get in. You can still get some academic money. It just won't be as much because they tier it based on your GPA. So the higher the GPA, the more money. So you'll just get a little bit less if you got below a 3.0. And you have to, at our level, to stay eligible, you have to maintain a 2.0 GPA.
You know what I love about it? The message I get out of that, girl, young ladies, young men too, it pays to be smart. It pays to have a 3.0. It pays. She just told you she can stack. She got a term. They call it stack money. You can stack on. You understand me? See, that's the first time a coach that ever came on here and talked about some stack. We can stack money. The lady just said, "Yo, we can stack it," but it pays to be smart. It pays, and some of that stuff ain't being smart. Some of that stuff is just getting the work done.
That's it.
And being on time. If you have a 2.9, that the teacher said, "Well, that girl, that been working. I'm gonna give her this 3.0." Then you go down there to Texas Western, you get some more money. So that's a message for all the people. Thank you, Coach B, for that one. Coach, I ain't never heard a coach come on there and talk about the stack money. I like the stack money.
Me too.
What you got, Jim?
Now, the recruiting, how does the transfer portal benefit NAIA programs like yourself?
Whew, I mean, the last statistics I saw, maybe 35% of student athletes in the transfer portal are getting signed and finding a home. So a lot of players are going in there without a plan, which I do not recommend, and just hoping something happens. And so at our level, we are getting a lot of players out of that portal that, just they're still, if I can be honest, which is exciting. It's exciting for us, but it's helped us. It kind of, the freshmen though, coming out of high school, it's kind of hard for freshmen coming out of high school because there's such good players in that portal and they have college experience, and they're a little more hungry because they like, this didn't work out, so I got to make this next one work out.
I got something else for Jimmy. Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. I know you're gonna go back there, Jimmy, but I want to throw something in before you go back, Jimmy. I didn't know you and Mr. your husband, y'all were also ministers. Y'all love the Lord. And y'all, I'm loving it. I'm loving, I'm getting, come on, hold on. Girl, I'm getting texts from everybody telling me about it. Tell me about that journey. I'd love to send my baby to y'all school and let y'all two pray over every day. Talk to me about that. Yeah, talk to me.
Yes, we actually started the journey at our church. I want to say maybe the year before COVID hit. And so we finished up in 2020 and got ordained under the Potter's House umbrella. And
what? That's my
man. We go to the North Dallas campus in Frisco under Pastor Cheryl Brady and Bishop Joby Brady. But Bishop Jakes, his whole umbrella covers all of the ministers, if you will, at every campus. So yes, it was a good journey. I think I became a better coach because I actually started coaching at the college level in 2008 as an assistant at Lon Morris College. And I tell people all the time, I was a raving lunatic. I was around there just, fresh out of college, young, just, out of control, cursing people out left and right. So
not you, Coach B. You curse me out, I'll start laughing at you. Girl, get out of here.
But I did. I was. So after going through that process, I just learned there's a better way to communicate. I learned that you can get more out of people by focusing on their strengths and what they can bring to the table versus, always focus on what they're doing wrong. So I think I became a better coach, even though becoming an ordained minister wasn't necessarily tied to that at all. So
did you see? I'll be remiss. Did you see where Bishop Jakes, what happened over the last week or so, and he passed the torch to his daughter?
Yes.
For Woman Are Thou
Yes,
Loose,
the
that blew me
Sarah
away.
Jakes. Yes,
That blew me
yes,
away. I'm sitting there, tears coming out because I remember her. Because I went to
yes.
visit the church a long time ago. When he was up in West Virginia, I
Mm-hmm.
visited him with my pastor a long time ago. My pastor went and preached at his church in West Virginia, a little bit of small church. And now he got,
Really?
yes. So, yes.
Yes.
But
That, so you visit him at the storefront then.
yes, I did. Yes, I did. And he came back and he blew up. He blew up way past my, nothing against my pastor. Wait, he was calling my pastor to come pour something to him.
Mm-hmm.
And we went up there. I said, "Oh, okay." You know, I ain't gonna lie. I got up there. Okay, you know what I'm saying. And now, he's one of the most respected pastors in the world. And it's so funny that I had to give you that. I had to that's me and your talk. That wasn't up for everybody else. Jimmy, what else you got? What else you got, Jimmy?
And of course, you guys just tuning in. This is head coach Bonita Jackson, Texas Wesleyan women's head basketball coach. Great story. You went from, once again, for those who just tuning in, we're going to ask you to share the show if you haven't done so already. It's a great conversation right here, unscripted as always on the Chop Shop Women Rock Wednesday. But I want to clarify. I want to make sure confirm something. You've been there for 1 year, right?
Yes.
And the year before you got there, of course, pandemic or not, the team only won one game, right?
Yes.
How many games did you win last year in your
25.
first year there?
25.
25. A twanky.
So, and, I mean, did you think it would be this easy?
How the hell
No. I honestly, I had no idea how good. I knew it would be better than the year before, but I had no idea we were going to be that good. But it's something about when you get a group of people together who have a mind to work, then whatever you throw at them, they're going to, try to meet it. And honestly, like coming in and the players that I brought in mixed in with bringing back some of the players from the year before, I had no idea they were going to buy in that quickly, because a lot of times they push back. They don't want change. People don't like change. But when they finally got wind that this change was good and we're going to benefit from it, I think it kind of brought that resistance down. And after we won the second game, I said, well, we've doubled the wins from last year. Y'all, we can just relax now. And then we ended up winning 25. So it was good. The girls did an excellent job, and I couldn't be more proud of them and all the hard work that they put into it, because it was not easy, by any means. It was not easy. And I think my athletic director was telling me it was the largest turnaround in the country. So I don't think anybody went plus 24 in in 1 year.
So you also have a third coach on the staff and a young lady. How did it come about choosing her? Because she didn't go to Cedar Hill High School. She didn't play at Southeast Louisiana with you or Lon Morris. Connect the dots. Normally, when a coach, most coaches on staff, there's a dot, two dots to connect. I can't seem to connect the dots on how you and Kev decided that she would be the one.
Yeah, so we know Jasmine because when we were at San Jacinto College back in 2014, we recruited her there, and she played for us 1 year at San Jacinto College. So she was with us the second year at San Jac. Our first year there, we only won 3 games. And then the second year, which is her class, we won 23 games. So she was a part of us turning that program around, and I thought she would just be a great fit because she's from McKinney. So she's from the Dallas area, if you will. Right. And, just comes from a great family, a really good high school program. She played at the NAIA level at Talladega College. And I thought she would be a great fit with understanding what all is about to go into this season, because losing programs around is not for the faint of heart. You got to be willing to get in there and clean some stuff up and change some mindsets. So that's the dot that connects us. She once played for us.
Oh, Jazz, and that's the just hey Jimmy, this the same Jazz that took over the team when Coach B was pregnant. Now, you know this
That's right.
that same Jazz now. So what you say, Jim?
Jazz think that hey, I can do this too. It's easy.
Yeah, that's what she's supposed.
That's
to.
right.
No, it ain't easy, but she.
Man, Coach better say, Jazz, you better sit your little ass. Just straighten up. Look up, partner. Yeah, I understand.
But Coach, I got a couple of questions that the viewers and I want to add to one of the viewers. I'm gonna give him one. I'm gonna give you the first question first. He said, "Who is the glue on your team? The one who doesn't show up in the box score but is essential to your success? What player on your team?"
I would say our little point guard, Nati. She's she I mean, if you just look at her stats, it doesn't look stellar. But she averaged like 4 assists last year. And if you count all those assists, she really helped us score at least anywhere from 200 to 300 points, just because she would find the right people. She would put her teammates in the right position, and she would have confidence in them even if they didn't have confidence in themselves. And then she's our little engine that could on defense too. She's vocal. She's telling people where to go. She's like a little Coach B on the court, and she just has a great attitude, great work ethic. Like, she has an ability to connect with all of her teammates, but also hold them accountable if they not, doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I would say she's the glue, and we're happy to have her back another year. She's actually from this Fort Worth area. Yeah. So
I'm looking up, what you call her, Nati?
Nati.
Because it's not Tiana.
The whole yeah.
That's too many syllables. That's too many syllables.
I messed her name up. She said,
Jimmy,
called me Nati.
Jimmy, I'm reading the bio over here, man. I'm working over here, and I had to make sure that's the right person I was talking about. But go on,
how many players on the roster that you carry?
Right now we have 14. We'll only have probably 13 in the next month. So, and that's just because if you carry too many, the ones at the end gonna be mad because they ain't playing. And so we have to make sure people stay happy, you know. But
that's hard.
If you carry too many, people gonna be disgruntled. If you don't carry enough and somebody gets hurt, then you're gonna be in trouble. So it's a tricky kind of balance to figure out. But we'll probably, by November 2nd, we start playing, we'll probably be down to about 13.
So you got 14 kids. Mm-hmm. 8 of them are junior college transfers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer to get them old? Just old that buy into the adage, these young babies can't do much for me. I know you think your baby can play at this level because we ain't Division I. You think your baby can play here, but let me tell you something. You go and fill a blank in. What you got to tell those parents out there who believe that?
Yes, I love JUCO players. I played JUCO and I coach JUCO.
Okay.
I just love them. They unfortunately are not getting the recruitment that I had when I played, because this was pre-COVID, this was pre-transfer portal, and so we got heavily recruited. And I'm sitting here looking at some of the top JUCO players in the country not getting recruited, and I'm like, whoa, that kid has got to keep playing. Like, she's too good to not be playing. But that's just the dynamic of, like I say, COVID and the transfer portal, that scholarships didn't open up like they usually do. But I love them. They, they're not kind of freedom frenzy. Like, they've been there, done that. They are usually more mature on the court. They just want to win. They don't necessarily care about starting anymore. They just want to be a part of something that's winning. So, but I love them. I love JUCO players. I'll keep recruiting them. Even if I get a job at a higher level, I will always recruit JUCO. Love JUCO players.
Coach, I got a new respect for women's basketball. Dee Richards got me right watching women's basketball, and then I was blessed last year to in mid-season to start calling and commentating and analyzing TSU games. So I traveled with them and being girl. I'm gonna pray for y'all. You women, y'all women coaches have to deal with stuff that men on the men's side they don't. Boy, they're special. Those women basketball players are special. But Joe Lewis asked the question. I'm gonna let you answer, but I'm gonna put a caveat in this. Joe Lewis said, "Coach, how you set up your practice schedules, and do you adjust emphasis of practice based on need?" And before you go there, Coach, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put it on the screen. Before you go there, Coach, Joe Lewis, on October the 15th, Joe Lewis, I'm looking right at you in this camera. I got a absolutely free coaches clinic from the University of Houston. All you got to do is show up at U of H. I'm going to give you a link. Go to U of H, a Hall of Fame coach, what else? A Final Four coach is giving a clinic. So coach gonna give you this information, but along with the chop shop, we giving the coach Sampson is giving a free clinic on October the 15th and questions and answers afterwards. So this question you ask coach, you're gonna get hers. But I'm giving you opportunity on October the 15th, get your butt up and go down there and get in this car. Now, I'm sorry, Coach. I had to let him know that. He's been watching this show, and I've been talking about it every other day, but he probably didn't hear that part. But what's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah,
let me repeat it.
So we set up our practice.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, we set up our practice schedules, and we have to be very intentional with our 2 hours because we share the court with so many sports. So when we're in there, every single minute on that court is planned, from how we stretch, warming up, shooting, every drill, even cool down, that kind of stuff. But yes, we do have an emphasis every single day. So like today's emphasis is going to be relentless rebounding. We're going to do a lot of rebounding drills. We're going to focus in on how we rebound, how quick we rebound, even on down to how well we outlet, so we can get into transition into the other end. But yes, we definitely do an emphasis every day as well as every week. I think that's important to kind of start with the end in mind. Like, what do we want to look like November 2nd when we play another team? And then I have to kind of back off of how we will teach that week in and week out, day in and day out, those building blocks to get to that result we want, which November 2nd isn't like the end all be all, but we need to be at a certain place by then, right? And then we'll be doing adjustments and teaching as the season goes on throughout the year. But yes, we adjust. We definitely do adjustments. And like I say, the emphasis is based on what we're working on. So defense today, tomorrow we'll transition and do some offensive stuff, and it'll be more on scoring in transition and working on the primary and secondary break, making sure we can move the ball on the pass, not a bunch of dribbling. That's my style of play, but that's kind of what we'll be working on. We'll go like one defensive day, one offensive day. Although we do both every single day, we just emphasize one each day. So that's kind of how we do it. And then we earn points throughout the day based on goals that we're reaching. Are they paying attention to the details that we're teaching? We'll give them points, and we'll announce different winners of the day as well to make sure they're engaged and locked into what we're doing.
And of course, guys, if you're just tuning in, this lady is Coach Bernita Jackson. She's the head women's basketball coach of Texas Wesleyan. And for those who are unaware of geographics, where exactly is Texas Wesleyan located?
Yes, we are in Fort Worth, Texas. So we are on the south side of Funky Town, Fort Worth.
So they do call that place Funky Town. I thought they was playing around. That's what they call it for real. But Coach, I heard you talking about
Ask her why.
I ain't gonna ask, Coach. Coach?
I don't know why.
Coach, I got a question, Coach. Right quick, I got to add something to you, Coach. You said something. You're a coach after my own heart, because I can't stand dribbling. You know I got a name for dribblers, right?
What you call it?
I call them ball beaters. Don't beat the hell out of the damn. Don't get a ball of damn headache. So if somebody doing that in the practice said, Robert Hallis said, quit being a damn ball beater. Yeah. You got my permission.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it because they definitely come in doing it because they've been working with their trainer. So they doing a bunch of dribbling and ain't going nowhere. And then shoot an air ball. I'm like, them 50 dribbles ain't do nothing. We need points. You know, get your head up. It's people open. So, yeah, I'm going to tell them.
Coach, is they stepping back? Is they stepping back like James Harden? You got some step backs?
Back, yeah.
Oh.
So now speaking of which, you spend them working out with their trainers and then coming in doing bad like habits, breaking habits. Everybody that comes into a program has some type of habit that they've picked up, and they may think it's a great habit or a good habit. Get to your program and it's a bad habit to you.
Right.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, in the midst of breaking the habits, that workout person, that trainer, has reached out to contact you or your staff and voice their grievance? And if so, how did you handle that?
I wish they would. Because then we would have a great conversation. But no, they don't. And what they do is they'll just come to the game and sit there and be trying to tell the player what to do. And then I sub them out because there's one coach. We have one team, one vision, and you're going to do what we teach, or you're going to sit over here by me and twirl these towels. But no, unfortunately, this is my perspective. And I played in college. I even played professionally. This is my perspective. A trainer works for you, right? You're paying them money. So they should be doing drills and teaching habits that align with something that's going to make you successful in your system. If they don't know what style of play you play in, then what kind of drills are they teaching you that are going to translate into helping benefit you? So you essentially are paying them to tell you or teach you stuff that's counterproductive to you being successful. So I really do wish they would, because we could have a great conversation about, this is the style of play I run. These are the types of drills that could actually benefit her if you would do it. But yeah, I've had them come to the game and be talking to them on the sideline. I'd be like, hit that little buzzer, come on and sit down until you figure out, because that's division. And it's nothing against you. That's division. When you got more than one vision, when you got two visions, that's division. We ain't going nowhere fast. So we got to be all on one accord.
So Coach, so you mean to tell me, so on the bench, y'all are able to see and tell when those kids are running back down the court and they're looking in the bleachers, and you're able to tell who's trying to communicate with them. You just told what is Nate? Nati. You just told Nati, okay, we're gonna run green and we're gonna pass it to the right side. Now, Nate's trainer over in the stands then told her, this trip down the court, you shoot that ball. The girl is tagging off for you, like we did in practice now. When you
Jim, ain't nobody telling them girls that.
Shit, me.
Not in college. What? Coach, I promise you, I'm just being a dad of a Division I basketball player. I ain't never said nothing to that dude.
Yeah.
That coach get paid all that damn money down there. You think I'm finna come say something to him?
Right.
I used to say, I promise you, Coach, senior night, I sat in the same space for 4 years. Senior night, I came down, they bring the parents down. I came down, right? The people in my section said, that's your son? You done sit here for 4 years and don't never say nothing. I said, let me tell you something. I say something to him when we get in the car or when we go.
Right.
But in this game, nothing, I can't help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I
That's
didn't know.
good though. That's good that you do that because
Mhm.
it causes the student athlete to be confused because they don't want to not listen to you, their parent, and
Right.
they also don't want to not listen to their coach who they're with every day.
Right.
And it causes the kids to honestly be confused and they're torn. And
Right.
you see some of them kind of when their parents are yelling at them, you'll see them kind of look over their shoulder like uncomfortable,
Right.
but that's I think there's nothing wrong with talking to them, but if you're talking to them about what shots they should be taking, if you haven't been to a practice, you're out of line. If you're telling them, go to the hole or something like that, you don't know what the vision is. You have to trust that the coach and the team have done their job and that they're going to do it. Now, just yelling random stuff like rebound or D up
Yeah.
or good shot or good pass, nothing wrong with that. But if you are literally coaching them, you're going to cause them to be confused. And I've had kids in my office like crying because they like, I don't know how to say that to mom, or I don't know how to say to dad.
Oh.
Like, you
Okay.
know, it's uncomfortable for them because they want you as a parent to trust that what they're doing is working, even though it doesn't look like what you think working is, them having 20 points and 10 rebounds. Even if they only have 7 points, but they got 5 defensive stops, maybe that was their role. And for them, they might like it. But we've actually had kids who like kind of buying into a role and being a part of something bigger than themselves, but their
Right.
parents come in and like, why is she not scoring 30 points? We don't need her to. We need her to get some stops, and she's doing that. She's doing an excellent job. Let the pressure come off of her and let her just relax and play. She's enjoying it.
Them
But
parents,
that's
them
some
parents trying to
cases.
hear that. They really trying to. They hear that. They take that.
They got
I
to,
don't
Jim.
think that I don't think all of them do. I think some of them do because I think it's such a hard transition for parents to go from high school to college. I had to have that conversation even with my mom because again, you go from high school to college and even junior college to D1. It's a transition for them too, you know.
So wait a minute.
And
What you had with your mom? What you tell your mom?
she just be yelling stuff. And
Oh,
I
so
told her after one game, I was like, Mom, you can't just yell for me. Like that, my teammates, I got some teammates that may be families from another state or another country, and they don't have nobody yelling for them. And so yell for us, like say go team. Cause I don't care. And that's the other thing. Like after a game, we would lose and she would be like, you played so good, you did so good, you had 20-some points. And I'm
Right.
like, but we lost, Mom. I don't care about that. So I had to kind of talk her through that and get her to explain, like, I care about us winning. I don't care about my stats. And she was great. She would hug on my teammates coming out of the locker room. She loved on them. That was huge for me to be able to settle in and build better relationships with my teammates because they was like, her mom cheers for all of us, not just her. But parents don't be knowing. They be like, that's my baby, go shoot, yes.
Another teaching moment. Chop Shop fans, another teaching moment. I know y'all ain't used to this because I done heard y'all. Hey, we got an acronym for the parents in this city. We've named them. Guess what they call when they get to acting crazy? PGW. Parents Gone Wild. That's what we call it.
your mama, is she a PGW?
No.
Man, you trying to get Coach B, I'm glad your mama gonna watch this, Jimmy. But you know what? You made me think about, the great Bill Russell died not too long ago. And I was listening to an interview for Satch Sanders. And you made me think about it when you was talking to your players. And Satch, he was a bad dude. Hall of Famer, right? So Satch Sanders came to the Boston Celtics and talking about what he gonna do. And Red Auerbach told him, player, all I need for you to come on this damn team and rebound. I got all of these guys. Havlicek, I don't need none of that player. But man, I scored 30. Well, You need to go somewhere else. Because on this team, with all of these dudes, I need you to rebound. So you made me think about that when you talk about those things that coaches got to do. That's the management that y'all have to go through, man. And I take my hat off to y'all. Take my hat off to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And I wanted to get a couple of questions in real quick. One is, what conference is Texas Wesleyan in? Somebody asked that earlier.
Sooner Athletic Conference.
And who's some of the other schools?
Oh, so UNT Dallas is in there. Southwest Assemblies in Waxahachie, so SAGU, Wayland Baptist, Mid-America University, University of Oklahoma City, Central Christian College in Kansas, John Brown University in Arkansas, Oklahoma Panhandle is in our conference, and University of Science and Arts is also in our conference.
Oh, okay. And so now, how can some of the viewers get in touch with you if they have more questions?
Yes, they can reach out to me on any of like my social media platforms is at Brenita33, or they can email me at bjackson@txwes.edu.
Okay, and say that one more time for them, the ones that didn't get that, that's looking for a pen right now. Here y'all go. Write it down.
You can email me at bjackson@txwes.edu, or any of my socials. People are always DMing me. It's Brenita33.
And somebody also Chuck asked, when is the last time you talked with Ashley Horton Zuniga?
A couple of days ago. That's my old high school teammate.
Okay. Okay. You still keep your relationship strong. And
somebody mentioned something about, are you familiar with Lynette Woodard? Of course she should be. Lynette Woodard, one of the greatest women basketball players ever. You familiar with her, or you a little too young?
No, it's a two-part question, Al. And say, who's her GOAT?
Who's your GOAT of women basketball?
Okay.
And then they
Lynette.
And then I'm a fan of Maya Moore. You know, that's probably my favorite all time. Won championships at every level. So
you like old Maya? What do you think about old Maya going in that penitentiary getting old Jumbo about that thing? What do you think about that one?
He was a man of the cloth too. He was a man of the cloth. Maya, that way they like him. Hey, I can see
her husband.
Maya went and got that man out of jail, man. She said, y'all can have that basketball. I'm going to get that piece of meat.
She sure did.
I like that. I like that.
He was like a football player too, didn't he? He was like a football player too.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all got something in common. I got you. I like you. Man.
Yes, indeed. But anyway,
thank you, Coach.
We're gonna get ready to land the plane shortly, and
Jimmy, I got a new school I got to start cheering for now.
Funky Time.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got you, Coach.
That's
Let
right.
me tell you something. I know going on, Coach.
I was gonna say, if y'all ever in Fort Worth and want to come to a game, just reach out to me, email me. I'll put y'all on the pass list and get y'all in free.
I got to be on the wood now. Everywhere else now, my feet on the wood now. I'm just letting you know.
Hey, you remember this old Ghetto Boy song? My mind playing tricks on.
Yeah.
Remember that song back in the day? Remember how Bushwick Bill described that Halloween creature? He said, "This is no ordinary. This ain't no ordinary right here, Coach. We feet on the wood. Feet on the wood is all good.
Feet on the wood. I got you.
Yeah.
And guess what? I noticed one thing about that roster. There are no girls on your roster from Greater Houston. We got to fix that real soon.
We do. That's true. I got one girl. She's from Sugar Land, but that's probably not
Yeah,
the same.
okay. You got a
So,
Sugar Land. Okay, okay. What high school?
I forget the name of it, but she started at Coastal Bend, so she's one of my JUCO transfers. But she was at she was in Sugar Land.
Okay, okay, okay. We'll take
So
that.
she
That's
got a
right.
Houston girl. Sugar Land is Houston.
Yeah. I didn't see it on the roster. You know, sometimes their hometown change up ain't really what their
Right.
hometown. You know,
Wait a minute. What about the
Mhm.
kid from Langham Creek, Jimmy?
She got one from Langham Creek?
Anaya Sanford.
We've been talking to her. I just
Oh
coached her
no,
this
you
past-
can't talk about. Hey man, don't be putting stuff on there. She can't
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
you
Chuck
can't.
McGowan.
If you haven't signed, then NCAA rules prevent the coaches from speaking about
Right. Chuck McGowan trying to get me in trouble.
players. Y'all guys, y'all boom boom room. Y'all, as much as we say that, y'all supposed to know that rule by now. So don't get nobody in trouble on a secondary, on a third, on some humbug.
Hey, Coach B. Yeah, they done already tried. I'm trying to show you, man. They done already tried to get my boy caught up with them old crazy charges, and now they convict him on the front page, and guess what? They ain't coming back. The retractions is on the bottom on the bottom of the ticker. You follow me? Penny Hardaway, he cheating. But then when it all comes out in the wash, I ain't heard nobody say nothing. They ain't texting me.
That's right.
They ain't texting me now.
That's
They was
right.
texting me about that other mess. Everybody texting me about that. But guess what?
And of course, that 2.5 years, 2 years plus for them to come out with the decision. And a
Right.
decision, a bunch of lawyers who comprise this IARP, this panel, a bunch of legal beagles, and they came out. It took them 2 years to determine basically what they used to call a pre-existing relationship. They don't use the terminology no more. They call it something else. I don't forgot in the paper in the judgment or whatever they said out of. They used to call it a pre-existing relationship.
Yeah.
It was always good if you had a position. That means if you had Big Pookie from the hood, he grew up down the street. Big Pookie bought your kid Cool Cups back in the days. When he got a little older, he bought him a dozen Cool Cups. So now Big Pookie was grandfathered in. Same thing in regard to Penny. He gave a little some chips to the school.
Coach
they
B.
call him a booster. We had to go through that stuff because I remember I said it. If that's the case, everybody out there is guilty of being a booster that even tries. You can't. That means you force people not to give.
Absolutely.
Right.
We talked about this on the Chop Shop. Had I told you this about even with TSU, I'm gonna give back if I'm gonna be deemed a booster.
You can't give to the athletic department.
Well,
you can give to the school.
But I'm just saying though. But you know where you want your stuff earmarked to go.
Yeah, but you know
That's
what's so
right.
unique though, and what I want people to really know, because that kind of hurt Penny, man, because he would give it to you. He gave other players way more than he did for James Wiseman, and a lot of people don't even understand. That's the one. James, when he did that for James, Coach, did you go, Jimmy? When he did that for that kid was in the 10th grade. He couldn't even play dead. See, y'all know James Wiseman now as a pro. Y'all didn't see him when he couldn't chew gum and walk in the 10th grade. That's when, cause Penny, I should be telling. He didn't even want him. He said, "Man, that dude ain't good enough." But if his mama want to move to Memphis to play on his summer team, okay, here y'all. And you know what I like about him? He told the mama he said, "Don't lie, just tell the truth." He could have did like the rest of them coaches, Coach B. Said, "Well, just lie to him." But he said, "No, tell the truth." And they got in all this trouble, man. And I'm just glad they got it straight. But I can't wait to go see Texas. All my people in Dallas, yes, I'm coming to see y'all. I got a reason to come to Dallas because I used to like to go to Dallas. I got to come see Luka this year. So I'll come see Luka one day, see you the next, and then I get on out of there. Yeah.
That's right. Come on down.
I was just there this past weekend. I'll be back in DFW next week for a shot next week. I'm dipping in and dipping on out. But anyway, I hope I look you guys up. You and old Kevin Kidd, you know, look y'all up all that time.
I done looked him up.
Look us
Hey,
up.
hey, Jimmy, Kevin look like he don't play. I just see his picture.
Say,
hey, yeah, but I can't wait. Shout out to you, Coach. Shout out to your program, your young ladies. I'm gonna talk about them periodically. So on the show, and when y'all good or bad, you know, I'm gonna cover y'all because that turnaround that you took this team that won one game and came the next year, that's just remarkable to me. And now, to whom much is given, much is required. Some stuff gonna be expected, especially this one in the middle. Robert, I expect something out of her this year. You know, he always expecting something. I expect him to bring me a championship.
Yeah. You won 25 games last year. You won 25 games last year. We ain't expecting 13 this year.
That's right.
What we expecting?
Right.
27?
A quarter.
30. We need to be at 30 and some nets. That's what we
I like that. How many games did y'all play? How many games you gonna play this year? You know,
promise 28, but if we, advance.
Okay. But that little, hey, your little league, you must have went through that league like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, we was chopping people that first round, but that second round they was ready for us. They was throwing all kinds. They was throwing a book at us.
I like that. Hold up. They made adjustments.
Yes, they did.
Jimmy, get us out of here, man. I gotta go.
Coach, real quick on your schedule, I noticed in a lot of NAIA schools or sub-Division I schools will get to place Division I schools under the term of exhibition. And this year you have a game against SFA, Stephen F. Austin. Why not Southeast Louisiana, your alma mater?
Well, hopefully we can get them on the schedule soon. But oftentimes when I reach out to different coaches, they kind of full because usually you plan that 2-3 years in advance. So I'm definitely gonna keep reaching out because I would love to go play them.
Yeah, I mean, but where's your former coach coaching at now? That was your boss, your former boss.
Where when I used to work or when I played at Southeastern.
Where you worked at?
Well, I got a couple of them. One of them is Rosalind Tyndall. She's at UT Arlington right now as an assistant coach. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. So why not get a game with your buddy at UT Arlington? They can help give you some of that bread and drop something in the cup.
I'm trying to get them on the schedule. We can only play 2 a year, so if we can get them to schedule us, we would love to, because they're right down the street.
Yeah,
I want y'all to play LSU and beat the hell out of them.
Oh, LSU.
I don't like that coach. I'm sorry.
We had that coach on the Chop Shop a couple of times, didn't we?
Not Kim Mulkey.
Yeah. Oh, that was your sister.
I wasn't on the damn show when she was on here.
Yeah, she was in the background.
I'm playing hooky when she on the damn show.
What's her sister name? She's the head coach at SMU now.
SMU head coach is Toyelle.
Toyelle used to be the assistant at Baylor. We had them on the Chop Shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toyelle. Then Toyelle went to Prairie View, I think. Right? Yeah. We had all them. Yeah. We had them. Coach B. We've had Gino on the Chop Shop.
Yeah, we had Gino. Yeah.
We've had the coach from Mississippi State. The head coach. We had the head coach from Notre Dame. We've had all them on the Chop Shop.
Guess what, Jimmy? We had the head coach of Texas Western today. That's the only one I'm worried about right now. I ain't worried about the rest of the coach.
Like my cousin say, like my cousin Bean say, happy birthday to you out there, Bean. We had listen up, boo boo. You ain't good, Grayson. It's a Chop Shop. You can stand out there. People know. They know what you're talking about.
Hold up, Coach Yo. She been on here. Coach Yo, she off the chain.
At Ole Miss.
I love her. She cool.
Yeah, we had Coach Yo on there as well. Absolutely, man. And
so you in good company.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all inviting me on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Trey.
Yeah, Trey the man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Howard, you got to
Well,
get TSU to get him a game next year so she can come to Houston. That way
Yep.
Kev can come a day earlier, right? Leave the baby with the grandmama.
well, you don't want to play U of H? You don't want to play U of H? You don't want to play Rice?
No, they only get 2. Now they can hit both of them and get that whammy. That way now it's less travel. One day.
Well,
one
whoever
day.
paid the most money. Let me find out who paid the most money, Coach. And I got you, Coach. I'm trying to get that bread.
They can come to Houston and they can break bread. We take old Kevin for a lap around the track. Hey, Kevin might come home late now messing with me and Howland now.
I'm gonna have him there early. Don't be dumb. I got him. I'm gonna have him there early.
We take him by Walmart, get him old loaf, get him a sack, get him a packet of Similac and some of them Pampers before he come home. That's what we gonna do for him. He'll be all right. We'll bring him back.
Hey, hold up. I got that. Where the baby at right now?
She with my mom in her room.
Oh, okay. I got you. I just wanted to see. Cause I ain't heard no noise. Huh?
Now, you know why you don't know her?
What?
Mama in there livid. She got one question.
What?
She goes, go in and Mama gonna be quiet. She goes, Mom, did you see the show? Did you hear it? Mama gonna say, mm-hmm. Mama gonna wait till later on this evening while they getting ready to eat. Now, what the hell is a PGW again? That's all. Hey, that's what's gonna happen over there tonight. Who the hell is a PGW?
I'm sorry. Hey, Coach B, I'm sorry.
Tell PGW to keep your baby tomorrow. Then that's what she gonna
That's
tell you.
right. Watch your own, baby.
Anyway, Coach, man, thanks a bunch for
outta
chopping up us on the Chop Shop. We appreciate you as always, man. You definitely have an open door to come on back and chop up with us. Hey, keep kicking some butt. Keep us posted because we want to get you in the middle of that season. And guess what? I'm about to get you and Kevin some separate rooms or something on the road. Let me see, 8 months. I got to count these months up, Al. 8, 9, 9. Oh, no, she good. They gonna be all right. No, this is that. No. Okay, you good. Y'all ain't no more babies during the season right now.
Jimmy, what she doing is biblical. She's being fruitful in mother. She good. She doing the right thing. So she doing the right thing. But we out of here.
Yeah,
Coach,
man.
I'll see you. Tell Kevin I said what's up. We'll see y'all later. All right.
Do this thing. Thanks, guys. Share the show on your way out the door. Peace. We up out of here, man. Chop, chop. See you on tomorrow.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop.